Ties between China and India appear to be on the mend after both sides agreed in principle to resume direct flights suspended for 5 years due to the pandemic and a deadly border dispute in 2020. The resumption of flights is just one of several measures announced following a visit by India's Foreign Secretary to Beijing. Vikram Misri meeting China's Foreign Minister and agreeing to work on resolving trade and economic issues, facilitate exchanges between journalists and allow Indian pilgrims back to Tibet's sacred mountains and lakes. The two nations also pledging to hold a new round of meetings on cross-border river cooperation. The Indian diplomat's trip to China marks one of the most senior official visits since a Himalayan border clash in 2020 killed at least 4 Chinese and 20 Indian soldiers. And more, Neha Poonia joins us live from New Delhi. Neha, as we just mentioned, these are in principle agreements, so they still need to be fulfilled, actually carried out. What else is driving these two nations so that these agreements stay on track and we see these agreements come to fruition?
Well, the message clearly is that it's back to business as usual as far as diplomatic engagements are concerned. This is the third high-level meeting between both sides in as many months, beg your pardon, and the first by a senior representative of India's foreign ministry to China. New Delhi says that both sides have comprehensively studied bilateral ties, and the decisions that have been announced have been done so, keeping an eye on stabilizing ties and ensuring that the people of both countries benefit from this bilateral engagement. Experts have been speaking to say that they think these are quote-unquote concrete measures, and they've welcomed these announcements, saying that these will help both nations move past from the impasse we've seen dominate bilateral ties over the last 5 years. But the true proof of that commitment to reset bilateral engagement will be in how quickly these announcements are actually actioned. On direct flights, which were suspended at the start of the pandemic, like you said, it's an in-principle agreement. New Delhi is hoping, it says, that it can set an early date for technical discussions to take place on resumption of trade routes. They've also agreed to resume dialogue on trans-border rivers and sharing of hydrological data, which experts say China has withheld for many years. And that's a development that experts have welcomed as well, especially given New Delhi's recent concerns over the world's largest dam that China's building in Tibet. We've also seen, of course, the talk of issuing visas to journalists and those belonging to think tanks on both sides. What we will see, I think, more immediately is the resumption of that key Hindu pilgrimage route to Tibet, which is expected to resume this summer, and talks around logistics will be announced very soon. But, trade was also discussed, both sides, trying to reset trade ties as well. Experts say with an eye on Trump, given that he's promised to levy tariffs against both China and India, and experts say New Delhi and Beijing will be trying to secure supply lines and ensure that they find some sort of protection by getting more exposure to each other's considerable economies and market sizes.
Thanks. Neha Poonia reporting there on the reset of ties between Beijing and New Delhi.